this thing that we're embarked on, it's a plot to convince people that something is true, which will only be true if we can convince a whole lot of people that it is true. Somebody said, you have one person believes something crazy, and this is a psychotic. Two people believe something crazy, it's called a folie à deux. It's still in the realm of pathology. 3 people, it's a delusion. 4 people, a cult. 5 people, a religion. And 6 people, a political party. So, yes, I think that's true, that we're...
There's proof of the power of language.
That's right.
But see, it's like, so what's going to reach these people in this chili joint in Albuquerque? It'll be some idea sung through the media simultaneously, because soon we're all going to be wired up, so intensely in contact by the thrust and movement of technology, that some idea that we are discussing here at the level of language, nouns and verbs and so forth, will some rock guy, some Bob Dylan, somebody, some group will sing it into the wires, and before the hucksters can manipulate it for a profit, it already penetrates the people in Albuquerque. It's in there.
Yes. So this is very good. This shows why it is that in answer to this question, what should be done, the answer is art has to be created on a massive scale, a small scale, everywhere, all the time. That is the way to reach all these people. And the thing that is so challenging to me, or why I'm impelled to even be in the ridiculous position that I'm in, is because what these psychedelics show you, what these plants show you in an hour and a half span of time, is more art than the human race has produced in the last 5,000 years. That's the art bank. That's what the shamans knew. And if we're talking about transforming the world through transforming images, through feeding new raw stuff into the linguistic hopper, then we need to hit the main vein of the art pool that is in this other dimension, and then it will just come gushing out. I mean, I always have this feeling, when I hear the Dead or the Stones or somebody new who's good, and people say, how was the band? And no matter how good the band is, I always think it could be so much better, And when I go to art shows, no matter how good it is, it could be so much better. Why is it so hard for us to grab this thing called beauty and bring it down into our world when, as shamans, as spiritual voyagers, we can be with so much of it and yet bring back so little? It's like we're people who go to the ocean with a cup in hand, and we swim in the ocean and we sail on the ocean, and then we return to our drought-stricken territory with a teaspoon and say, this is what I brought from the ocean. So, yeah, I think that the impulse to create art, the impulse to set metaphors loose, and to create a permission for transformation, because everything is held up in the one should, one mustn't, we do it this way kind of stuff. Yeah, which is nothing more than kind of cultural fascism and small-mindedness. Language can do anything. This is something that the mushroom, this is one of its aphorisms. Language can do anything. And then so I say to the mushroom, then let it save us. Because that's what we need to do. Let us build a ladder of words, an analogical engine, a bark of verses, a wagon of phrases, and get ourselves out of here. It's that sort of thing. And these kinds of structures are really, to my mind, ultimately to be seen as words. This is an utterance. It's like the Viconian utterances that punctuate Finnegan's Wake. It's a word from a higher order of space and time, whether it's coming to us from benevolent extraterrestrials or deeply concerned bodhisattvas or the overmind of the collectivity. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that we must receive, transmit, and concretize the word in order to create a forward escape out of the contradictions in the world that are the legacy of bad language that's brought us this far. It's a healing of language.